Sorry.
Yes, Senator.
Chair, under the circumstances, I think we can attempt to proceed. If it becomes impossible for us to move, then we just have to stop. Because I don't understand, Chair, where there is only one annex that is supposed to go around all the senators for a query. So if we get to a point where we cannot proceed, then we just can't proceed.
Senator Cheraki?
Chair, maybe two things. One, maybe our communication, the governor should clarify on what was communicated to him. Maybe they didn't specify on a number of copies, or was it indicated in the letter? So governor should clarify. Chair, I agree that what is important is for us to proceed. But should we finding it challenging? Because, Chair, I remember last week with one of the clients or entity that appeared, we were sharing financial statements, all of us. Even the county government then last week had not come with their own financial statements. So, Chair, I think the governor should clarify whether our communication indicated the number of copies that was supposed to supply to your committee. And number two, I hope that they are able to have all the documentation just in case we have to proceed, because we must proceed, Chair, because to use the efficiency. Because at the end of the day, the people of Trans Nzoia must get value for the money that we normally send to Mashinani. And then finally, Chair, just on preliminary observation, Governor, I thought Trans Nzoia, through the Chair, is Kenya Ndogo. I have not heard some names from that region, yet it should be representative, Chair.
Let me guide that on preliminary, because this is a matter we have dealt with for a long time. What constitutes a preliminary observation?
Yes.
Now, on the preliminary matter of documentation, the last time the governor appeared before us on 17th of June 2025, we sent him back home because of matters of documentation, delays, and the fact that the Auditor General was not ready. Governor, it cannot be that after that experience, we would still come here and spend even 1 minute on issues of documentation. You must take administrative action, unless you are the one taking responsibility for that. I think it's not a matter that we should even waste time debating, because last time you came to Nairobi, went back to Trans Nzoia without doing business, simply because of documentation. So I'll just ask you to comment on that, and then if your comment is satisfactory, we can proceed.
Mr. Chairman, the communication came in good time. Of course, it required us to provide 15 copies to this committee. But the information I'm getting from my people here is that there is lack of finances to do some of these things. You know, we are just starting the financial year, and the budget has already started running. And out there, you cannot do things on credit nowadays. So majorly that's the reason why we're not able to get all the copies required.
Governor, your response is going to cause us problems and an unnecessary debate.
I'm just being truthful.
Yes, you can be truthful, but what we expect from you is if the Senate on 27th of June, on 17th of June, took a view when it came to procedural issues, we shouldn't come back to Nairobi and spend time on procedural issues, particularly documentation. Initially, your team produced 5 copies. Then they miraculously produced another 3 copies. I mean, it's a joke. Stop shielding your staff from obvious inefficiencies. Because I thought I was going to make this matter very easy so that we proceed. But when you start giving some of those stories, I think we need to take these proceedings more seriously.
There could be a very serious challenge there in Trans Nzoia, that we are not able to run copies.
This is like 2 reams of paper. We are just saying really seven more of this. If you did 8, doing 7 more of this.
So because, Governor, for us as a Senate, we are under the impression that counties have been properly resourced and financed. We have passed the Division of Revenue, we have passed CARA. What just explain the challenge kidogo, because I'm honestly also quite surprised that Trans Nzoia is basically running on fumes. There's no money to run copies.
Mr. Chairman, there is no money. We all received one disbursement for July.
July.
Yes, there is no money. I know we run these copies in Nairobi, not in Trans Nzoia. Who is going to do this on credit? So when I say there is no money, I'm just being truthful. I'm not giving excuses. It's just the truth. You want to run 15, you have got money for 8.
Governor,
what do you do?
it is 1 minute to midday. We are not going to waste time on this matter. I've given the directive that we shall proceed, and if we get to a point where the inadequacy of copies handicaps us, we'll terminate these proceedings. But the direction we are taking is a direction where we'll start arguing over whether money is in the county, whether the governor is not doing what the Senate requires, and it will automatically result in a termination. We are interested in dealing with the substantive issues raised by the Auditor General in Trans Nzoia. So, honourable members, let's keep that. The conversation around exchequer releases is part of the substantive issues. We shall discuss them when we get to them. So, with that, could we go straight to the report of the Auditor General, starting with the report of the receiver of revenue? We have been given a brief by the Auditor General, so we'll go straight to the issues that still remain unresolved. Governor, is your receiver of revenue in the room?
Yes, Chairman.
Okay, just for identification purposes, who is the receiver of revenue? Okay, so you are the one who prepared the ROR statement. Fine, so Auditor General, let's go to the report on receiver of revenue. And let's start with your observation under budgetary control and performance. Read it out, and then we will look at the governor's response. I'm looking at the original certificate. So on the original certificate, it is on page 4 under emphasis of matter. Now we need to get guidance from the governor on where he has provided the response on that. Have you, Governor, are we with you on the same page on the issue? In the receiver of revenue report, there are, under the basis for qualified opinion, there are 7 issues, and then after the 7th issue, there is emphasis of matter that talks about budgetary control and performance. I think, OAG, once you read it out, I'm sure the governor will be able to relate to it.
Thank you, Chair. My colleague will read through it.
Thank you, Chair. Budgetary control and performance. The statement of comparison of budget versus actual amounts reflects county-owned source revenue amount of Kenya shillings 470,522,927 against the budgeted amount of Kenya shillings 643,700,000, resulting in under correction of Kenya shillings 173,177,073, or 27% of the budgeted amount. Further, the revenue corrections reduced by Kenya shillings 22,783,932 from Kenya shillings 493,306,000 Kenya shillings corrected in the year ended 30th June 2023.
Your last paragraph, your second last.
The continued under correction of local revenue affects negatively the execution of planned programs and activities, and therefore results in poor or non-delivery of services to the public. My opinion is not modified in respect of this matter. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so Governor, whereas we had given recommendations on the report on the executive, for the receiver of revenue, we just agreed with the Auditor General. So there were no specific recommendations, but let's see how you responded to this matter. You can refer us to the page where you're reading from.
Mr. Chairman, our response is on page 92 of the receipt of revenue document.
Okay, members, and that's why we needed to ensure we have adequate copies. You may proceed.
Management response. The management acknowledges and confirms that indeed there was 27% shortfall in revenue collection. It was a result of change of revenue collection system during the year. The management has, however, put in place measures to enhance revenue collection, including recruitment of more revenue collectors, carrying out a rapid results initiative, and mapping all revenue streams and developing a revenue register.